So you guys, I heard about this hit piece that Liz Jones for the Daily Mail wrote about Kate and William. And I was like, what? I don't remember where I heard it. It could have been like Sussex Family TV or Murad or one of those. I don't remember. But I think I saw that yesterday. I didn't have a chance to speak about it until now. So it says here, Liz Jones, Kate's video was so moving, but to me something feels off and I fear others will see through it. Let's discover this together. Oh sheesh. Oh sheesh. Oh sheesh. You see what we have here? Ugh. Okay. Well, freeze your grandparents. What are they talking about there? Okay. So you see what we have here? We have a paywall. You have a paywall. That's very inconvenient. Okay, but so I think what I heard the other YouTubers say is basically, okay, to give you a gist, to paraphrase what I think this article is and was about, according to the YouTuber yesterday, was that Liz Jones is basically calling into question the authenticity of even Kate's cancer diagnoses. I don't know that she says it out loud, but she certainly insinuates it between the lines, right? And it sounds like what she's saying is that Kate and William put out this really beautiful, cinematographically gorgeous documentary to announce that she's now cancer-free after nearly 1 year. We all know that she's been missing since December of last year from public view. She claims that she had abdominal surgery in January, that after this surgery, she found out that cancer had been present, so she was going to take preventative chemotherapy. And so for the entire year, there has been all of this intrigue about her total disappearance from public life. And, you know, there were all these fake photos that got Kensington Palace compared to North Korea and Iran for AI-generated images that were passed off as real on Mother's Day, and other images as well. There was that weird video that she did on the bench all alone without William, without makeup, looking very pale, looking very weird, telling everybody about this whole preventative chemotherapy stint she was on. There were photos from the UK Sun showing her and William in this same time frame at this market, this farm shop, where she was literally bouncing with energy. And you know what, you guys? You know what? I was one of those people who said that that farm shop video was fake because the height differential between Kate and William in that photograph was not accurate. And also because the person looked so much younger than Kate and so different from the Kate that was on the bench telling us she was having preventative chemotherapy. I want to revisit that because I had started to think that, wait a second, this person at the farm shop, the bouncing 22-year-old person that I said couldn't possibly be Kate, maybe was Kate, because this new Kate, what we have here is a new Kate. We have a new Kate, and the Kate we saw in this documentary with William in all these like wheat fields and with the logs and with her 3, healthy children bouncing and laughing and playing cards, and her and William lying on in the grass with, you know, their heads next to each other, looking all loved up. You know, this Kate is very different, not only from the bench Kate telling us she's getting preventative chemotherapy, but also just the Kate of old, you know, the former Kate pre all of this insanity. And this Kate in the video looked more like Farm Shop Kate, you guys. Go back to Farm Shop Kate. That probably was Kate looking all healthy at a time when they were telling us that she was in dire straits and battling cancer, even though she never said she was battling cancer, but the press said she was battling cancer. She always said that she was getting preventative chemotherapy because cancer had been present, but that it was no longer in her body. So Farm Shop Kate, now go back and revisit Farm Shop Kate and reevaluate and analyze that in the time frame that that person was photographed, and tell me what your thoughts are, because then the deception is now kind of like more apparent, I think. But anyway, Liz Jones for the Daily Mail. I haven't read the article. I'm only paraphrasing what she said, and what another YouTuber said about what she said, is that she is saying that there was something inauthentic, or she's suggesting something is inauthentic about these cancer claims. She's basically saying that cancer does not look like this. And I want to say, just for the record, I don't know what cancer looks like. Knock on wood. I haven't had to date, right? Knock on wood, any up close experience with that. I don't know, you know, I know of people who have cancer, but, or who say they have cancer, but I don't really know. I don't know anything about it. I don't know what it looks like. I don't know what cancer looks like. Okay. Knock on wood, knock on wood, knock on wood. I can't knock on wood hard and long enough. That remains that way. That said, Liz Jones is suggesting that Kate does not look like anybody who's had cancer. She's all tan. She looks very healthy. Her hair looks better than it's ever looked. I mean, I know that when people have cancer, I have heard they lose their hair. They lose their eyebrows. They lose their eyelashes. I mean, it's a whole thing. And there have been absolutely no images of Kate, who has been on chemotherapy for months. I mean, she just emerged and said that she's now done. Has ever lost even one follicle of hair. So this is weird. I'm assuming that that's what Liz Jones says in the article, is what kind of cancer is that? You know, and how does that sort of gel with the rest of the people in the UK and frankly around the world who follow you, who look up to you, who themselves have cancer? I mean, what is your message here with you frolicking around in these wheat fields with your overly healthy children and your loved up husband? What are you saying? What's the message that you're trying to convey to people about their cancer and cancer in general, and frankly, your experience? Because to me, one of the things I thought was strange about the video was the fact that for someone who is in her position, she seemed really tone deaf about the role she plays and should play and can play and ought to play in encouraging other people and uplifting other people. At no time in the last year, for example, have we seen her photographed visiting cancer patients. King Charles and Camilla did that. They have visited cancer patients. Kate has not been photographed visiting cancer patients to show that she is really empathizing with this demographic, you know, and that she should really naturally empathize with them, given that she herself has had such a long bout and battle with the disease. Where is that accountability? Where is that empathy? where is that, lack of tone deafness? What's the opposite of being tone deaf? Awareness. Where is that awareness, right? There's been nothing. She makes this whole documentary about how wonderful everything is in her family. And I think if the documentary was about my family is intact, my marriage is intact, I think she gets an A+ for that documentary. But for a documentary that's talking about a cancer that ravaged her for a year, that had the entire country, the UK, with their hearts in their throats, worried about her, is she even going to survive this? The rest of the global community wondering, where is Kate? Where is Kate? She's been MIA for months and months. It's completely bizarre. People are really worried about her. You would think that she would show a few video clips of her actually going through something. She doesn't have to show us her throwing up or something, but yeah, she could have shown, for more authenticity, a few clips of her with no hair. People would be so much more inclined to believe that she really had cancer and to be inspired by the fact that she overcame all that and now she's in the wheat fields with her family, rather than just showing her wonderful life in the wheat fields with her looking like she has been to a spa for a year. So she looks younger than she's ever looked. Her hair is thicker and healthier than it's ever been. But she doesn't show even 1 2-second clip of her sitting, even, on the couch. She doesn't have to show in the bathroom vomiting or something, but she's sitting on the couch without her hair or without her eyebrows, or something she could have done, like when she's getting dressed in the morning and she's showing how she puts in, she draws in an eyebrow because she lost her eyebrows during chemotherapy, or showing us her visiting people at a cancer center, or showing us her talking with her doctors, or a doctor. It doesn't even have to be her doctor, but taking it seriously enough that she has like a few minutes where she discusses with a doctor. Maybe she asks the doctor one question, the doctor answers about cancer in general and how people can cope, people who are really, suffering from cancer. None of that was present. Showing us her opening up those letters, thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of get well wishes were sent to Kate by letter by people in the British community, the British society, and around the world. At no time did she give these effusive thank yous that would normally be the case in a situation like this, I think. And she could have shown us one day her sitting at her desk, because we know that she's been working feverishly at her desk for months now, because that's what they told us she's doing. She's working from home. So she could have shown us even 2 seconds of her sitting with a pile of letters and reading them, and maybe a tear drops down, whether it's fake or real. They put some liquid tears, and to show how touched she is that people love her so much, would have lent to the authenticity of her claims about cancer and to the video itself. I think the whole project of this video was very ill-conceived. It seemed more of something like Meghan and Harry. They're trying to show Meghan and Harry that we too can make documentaries. We too have a great relationship, and our children are even more visible and better than your children's. It just had that kind of like vibe. It was just giving sort of like keeping up with the Sussexes vibe, and not really showing us a journey from cancer to health. I think it would have been better if Kate and her team had just issued a regular statement that said that she was now in remission, she was cancer free, and that she would be resuming royal duties soon, rather than making a video. But if they made this video / documentary, it would have made much more sense if they had shown us a kind of journey from, you know, this hell of cancer to the heaven of, you know, these wheat fields where she was frolicking with her family in that documentary. Because otherwise there just seems to lack any context, and it just seems very tone deaf. It seems very tone deaf to people who really are suffering, who don't have the resources to make a fancy, sexy, glossy video to send to their friends. You know, they're still trying to grow their hair back. They're trying to grow their eyebrows. They're trying to grow their eyelashes back. They're trying to feel better. They have to go back to work. You know, they're worried about the rent. They're worried about this. Their hair turned gray. They don't even have money to buy hair dye. I mean, all of these things are really going on in the world, in her country. And as queen, you would think that she would have understood the assignment enough to make a video that was more aligned with inspiring others rather than telling us what a fabulous marriage she and William now enjoy. Anyway, that's my position on this one. So whatever Liz Jones actually says, I don't know, it's behind a paywall. But what are your thoughts about this video as we move along with this and we've had the benefit of hindsight? What do you think about this video really? Like what was that? Was that about the cancer, or was that about her marriage and family life with William and her children and competing with Harry and Meghan? See you in the next one. Take care. Bye.